Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode from Salvage Nation. I'm going back to my Quick Flips series, and in this latest episode I just picked up a 2018 Nissan Juke. It's delivery day, the car's outside. We're gonna get the car, fix the car. You're gonna see it all this episode. No more talking, let go. Right, so here we have a 2018 Nissan Juke. It had some localized damage to the front end, and it also had some damage to the passenger side door. Now when I saw this car in the auction, I knew I wanted to take a risk on this. It's only covered 24,000 miles. I done a HPI check. It's only got one previous owner, and the damage looked pretty straightforward. So we got it delivered and I got straight to work. Now, before the car got here, I made an order for some replacement parts, which cost me £265 for a front bumper, a headlight, and a fog light. Now, what you just saw me doing was removing this top headlight so I can gain access to this front slam panel section here. The front slam panels on the Nissan Jukes are made of this flimsy metal, so I was able to just straighten that back out, and I'll be able to touch that up with some paint later on in the build. Now once I was happy with that section, I was able to fit the replacement headlight. I actually went ahead and I buckled this down, but I had to remove it because I forgot to fit the bulbs. Luckily again, I was able to transfer the old bulbs from the old headlights into the new ones. 1, 2, finito. Right, with the bulbs fitted, I also remembered I had to swap over. On this particular model, there is a headlight adjustment unit that you need to swap over. With all of that done, I was able to buckle down this new replacement headlight. With the replacement headlight fitted, I went ahead and refitted the day running light. After a quick test, I was happy that everything was working, and then I could move on. Now I noticed there was some chafing on the bonnet, so I had to adjust the bonnet lock. If you imagine, the car had a little shunt at the front, so these things tend to shift out of place in the event of a crash. Once I adjusted that, then the bonnet was able to be closed and opened without any issues. Whilst I was there, I just straightened out this little peak on the bonnet, and I tried to get that relatively straight. That will be further straightened when the car goes into bodywork tomorrow. So guys, it's day 2 on the build, and whilst I was doing all the work yesterday, Akil was in the booth spraying up this front bumper. This is a brand new replacement bumper that I bought, and now that it's all sprayed, I went ahead, did a test fit, but I had to remove it so I can fit the second portion of the front bumper on the Nissan Juke. With all of that in place, I went ahead and I did a test fit again, and whilst I was doing all of that, my guy Akil began working on straightening out that passenger side door. Now after a few hours, the repair was complete, and this is what it looks like. It was in primer and ready to be water sanded before being sprayed. He also done some body work on the bonnet, and I'll show you all of that right now. Alright, so guys, take a look at the Juke now. We're about halfway through the build. This is day 2. We've only been on this for 2 days. I knew exactly what I needed. I needed a front bumper, this headlight, and that fog light down there. I spent 265 quid, had them weigh in. When the car came, you saw we got straight to work, and this is what it's all about when you're turning over salvage cars. You have to be quick, you have to be precise, and you just need to know exactly what you need. The guys here have gone ahead and repaired the door. And you saw I straightened out this bonnet here earlier, went ahead and did some body work there as well. Have a look at that front bumper, it's really come together, everything there is looking nice. Remember, this is not really, I'm not really focusing on the process of rebuilding the car. This is all about the process of flipping it. So it's time for the car to head into paint, finish up the body work, get it into paint. You're gonna see the car once it's all done. I'm gonna add all of the finishing pieces, front grille, all the extra bits, and then I'm gonna show you exactly how much it costs, how much the parts cost, how much everything costs. And I've got a buyer for this car. Let me know in the comments right now how much you think I can make on this car, or how much would you purchase this car for. But for now, let's get the car into paint. And guys, with the power of editing, it's now day 3, and as you can see, that door and bonnet is looking amazing. We've done the painting on it, and everything has really come together. Now it's time to just add the finishing pieces. I bought this replacement grille for £29 from eBay, and I was able to salvage the main grille that came with the car. Now with all of that done, let's get the car outside, and I'll give you a little walk around, and I'll show you everything that we've accomplished thus far. Alright, you guys, have a look at the Juke now. It's day 3 on this car. I went ahead and I buckled down everything, all the trims, all the plastics, all the undercarriage and the wheel arch plastics as well. I went ahead and double checked the fog light bulbs. I needed to add 1 bulb over that side. When you're selling these cars, you want to make sure that everything's in order. So I went ahead and just sorted out all the bulbs. Everything's all working. The car's running nicely. Now on the rear of the car, as you remembered, there was no damage. So it's just mucky basically. Just a little bit of dirt, grime. Have a look inside, it's very dusty as well. I've given it a little bit of a wipe. These leather seats will clean up really, really nicely. So you can see the dust and everything. So what I'm gonna do now is head down to my local car wash, give it a nice little valet, and then come back, take some pictures, and I'm gonna be putting it up for sale. So guys, there you have it. After the car was washed, I was blown away by how amazing this interior was. How amazing the exterior paint looked once all that grub and grime was removed. And here we have a lovely 2018 Nissan Juke automatic with just 24,000 miles on the clock, and this is going to make someone very, very happy. It comes fully loaded with 360 cameras, low mileage as I said, the engine runs completely perfectly, it's automatic, it's got lane assist, it's fully loaded. And this is what it's all about. When you're buying a car, you have to think of the end game. What will sell, what is desirable, and what is going to come into your budget. And speaking of budget, let's break it all down. So I picked up this car from the auction for £4.5 grand. I spent £256 on a front bumper, a headlight and a fog light. I bought a front grille on the right hand side for £29 from eBay, and that is it. That is literally all I spent. We done all the bodywork and the spraying in-house, so the cost for that was very minimal on materials, and I plan to sell this car for around £7,500. I've checked the market and they're going for upwards of £9 grand. If I can get 7.5, I'm happy. Let me know what you think of the build, let me know what you think of my pricing, and do you think I can get £7,500 for this car? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, why don't you check out one of my previous videos on the left? There's plenty in the playlist. And if you want to know more about the salvage game, why don't you become a member of Salvage Nation, and I'll be there to guide you along the way. And don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram if you want to get an inside scoop before YouTube.